Pasti teman-teman pernah dengar celetukan, anak Gen Z gampang banget nyerah. Baru dikritik dikit langsung overthinking. Atau, anak zaman sekarang kalau stres dikit pasti langsung healing. Lalu, teman-teman pasti pernah mendengar istilah generasi strawberry. Generasi yang kelihatannya cantik di luar tapi rapuh ketika menghadapi tekanan. Kenapa ya Gen Z sering banget dicap lemah sama generasi yang lebih tua?
Surely you have heard of the Gen Z kids say they give up very easily. Just a little criticism make me overthink, or 2 days children if they are even a little stressed will immediately heal. Then friends must have heard of the term strawberry generation. A generation that looks so beautiful on the outside but is fragile when fucked with the pressure. Why is Gen Z so often labeled weak by the older generation?
Atau hal ini terjadi karena adanya benturan nilai antar generasi? Di video kali ini, kita akan jelajahi sisi psikologis dan sosial di balik label lemah ini. Aku Noala, akan memandumu untuk memuaskan rasa keingintahuanmu.
Or this happened because of a clash value between generations. In this video, we will explore the psychological and social side behind this weak label. I, Noala, will guide you to satisfy your curiosity.
Pertama, kita harus pahami dulu, Gen Z tumbuh dalam lingkungan yang sangat berbeda dengan generasi Baby Boomer atau Gen X. Label lemah yang sering disematkan ke Gen Z itu sebenarnya muncul dari perbandingan gaya hidup antar generasi. Generasi Baby Boomer dan Gen X tumbuh di era yang keras, stabilitas ekonomi sulit, informasi terbatas, dan harus kerja keras untuk bertahan. Sementara Gen Z tumbuh di era digital, serba cepat, penuh informasi, dan di satu sisi, serba cemas.
First, we must understand that Gen Z grew up in a very different environment from the baby boomer generation Gen X. The weak label that is often attached to Gen Z actually arises from a comparison of lifestyle between generations. The baby boomer and Gen X generation grew up in harsh era. Economic stability is difficult, information limited, and hard work is required to survive. Meanwhile, Gen Z grew up digital era, fast-paced, full of information, and on the one full of anxiety.
Menurut Dr. Haim Ginot, dalam teori helikopter parenting yang banyak diteliti dalam psikologi perkembangan, generasi sebelum Gen Z sering dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih independen dan otoriter. Sementara banyak Gen Z yang dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih protektif dan fokus pada harga diri atau self-esteem. Dari kecil, mereka
According to Dr. Haim Ginot in the helicopter parenting theory, which is a widely researched in developmental psychology, the generation before Gen Z was often raised with a more independent and authoritarian parenting style, while many Gen Z are more protective and focused on self-esteem.
terus didengar dan dilindungi. Ini bagus untuk membangun kepercayaan diri. Tapi di mata generasi lama yang terbiasa tahan banting, ini bisa terlihat seperti manja. Nah, karena cara hidup dan pola asuh yang berbeda ini, maka cara menghadapi masalah tiap generasi pun beda juga.
From childhood, they continue to be hurt and protected. This is great for building self-confidence. But in the eyes of the older generation who are used to being taught, this can seem spoiled. Well, because of these different lifestyles and parenting styles, the way each generation deals with the problems is also different.
Tapi bedanya ini sering disalahartikan sebagai tanda kelemahan. Yang kedua, menurut penelitian dari The American Psychological Association tahun 2022, Gen Z adalah generasi paling cemas dibanding generasi lain. Hal ini disebabkan karena Gen Z adalah generasi digital native. Mereka tidak pernah mengenal dunia tanpa internet, tekanan di dunia maya, seperti cyberbullying, FOMO, atau fear of missing out.
But this difference is often misinterpreted as a sign of weakness. Secondly, according to research from the American Psychological Association in 2022, Gen Z is the most anxious generation compared to the other generation. This is because Gen Z is a digital native generation. They have never known a world without the internet. pressures in the cyberspace such as cyberbullying, FOMO, or a fear of missing out.
Dan standar kesuksesan yang tidak realistis adalah tekanan yang nyata dan tidak dialami generasi sebelumnya dalam bentuk yang sama. Jadi ketika Gen Z terlihat stres karena media sosial, generasi sebelumnya mungkin menganggapnya sebagai masalah yang tidak nyata.
And unrealistic standards of success are real pressure that previous generation did not experience in the same way. So, while Gen Z seems stressed out by social media, previous generation may have the message is a non-issue.
Selain itu, Gen Z lebih sadar akan krisis global seperti pandemi, resesi, dan perubahan iklim bikin masa depan terasa nggak pasti. Jadi, bukan karena lemah, tapi karena beban psikologis mereka jauh lebih kompleks, terutama di era informasi yang nggak pernah berhenti seperti sekarang ini.
Additionally, Gen Z is more aware that global crises such as pandemics, recessions, and climate change make the future feel uncertain. So, is it not because they are weak, but because their psychological burden is much more complex, especially in this era of never-ending information like today.
Menariknya, Gen Z justru dikenal sebagai generasi yang lebih sadar kesehatan mental. Kalau dulu stres dianggap hal biasa, sekarang mereka berani ngomong, "Aku butuh bantuan, aku butuh istirahat." Menurut riset dari Verywell Mind dan Harvard Health, Gen Z paling terbuka terhadap terapi dan self-care dibanding generasi sebelumnya. Nah, buat sebagian orang tua, keterbukaan ini justru terlihat seperti kelemahan. Padahal sebenarnya ini bentuk kekuatan bahwa mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri.
Interestingly, Gen Z is known as the generation that is more aware of mental health. If stress was previously considered normal, now they dare to say, "I need help, I need a break." According to research from Verywell Mind and Harvard Health, Gen Z is more open to the therapy and self-care than previous generation. Well, for some parents, this openness actually looks like a weakness. In fact, this is a form of strength that they dare to face themselves.
Dan menurut penelitian di Jurnal Psikologi Indonesia yang terbit tahun 2021, keterbukaan emosional ini justru meningkatkan resiliensi dan kemampuan beradaptasi terhadap stres. Hal ini tentunya akan menyebabkan adanya benturan nilai antar generasi. Apa yang dianggap kuat oleh generasi lama belum tentu sama definisinya bagi Gen Z.
And according to research published in the Indonesian Journal of Psychology in 2021, this emotional openness actually increased resilience and the ability to adapt to stress. This will certainly cause a clash of value between generations. What is considered strong by the older generation is not necessarily the same definition for Gen Z.
Berdasarkan penelitian oleh American Psychological Association atau biasa disebut APA, bagi generasi lama, kuat berarti diam dan menahan masalah. Namun bagi Gen Z, kuat justru berarti berani mengakui kelemahan dan mencari pertolongan. Apa yang disebut lemah oleh generasi lama sebenarnya adalah kesadaran akan kesehatan mental yang lebih tinggi. Gen Z lebih berani bilang, "Aku nggak baik-baik aja." Dan itu adalah bentuk keberanian baru. Sebagai bentuk, mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri dan lebih aware akan diri sendiri.
Based on research by the American Psychological Association, or commonly known as APA, for the older generation, being strong means keeping quiet and enduring problems. But for Gen Z, being strong means having a courage to admit your weaknesses and seek help. What the older generation called weak was actually higher awareness of mental health. Gen Z is more willing to say, "I'm not okay." And that is new form of courage as a form of them daring to face themselves and being more aware of themselves.
Lalu, berdasarkan studi dari LinkedIn atau Deloitte tentang tren kerja Gen Z, bertahan di pekerjaan yang toksik justru dianggap bodoh. Lain halnya dengan generasi baby boomer, mungkin bangga bertahan di satu perusahaan selama 30 tahun. Gen Z lebih loyal pada nilai-nilai pribadi, work-life balance, dan pertumbuhan diri. Sementara generasi sebelumnya, sikap ini bisa dianggap sebagai tidak setia dan cepat menyerah. Sekarang bayangkan, bagi generasi yang dulu berjuang dari nol, kerja keras tanpa banyak mengeluh itu tanda kekuatan. Tapi bagi Gen Z, keseimbangan hidup dan kesehatan mental justru jadi prioritas. Jadi, yang terjadi bukan siapa kuat, siapa lemah, tapi benturan nilai hidup dan cara bertahan yang berbeda.
Then, based on studies from LinkedIn or Deloitte on Gen Z work trends, staying in a toxic job is actually considered foolish. In contrast, the baby boomer generation might be proud to stay at one company or 30 years. Gen Z is more loyal to personal value, work-life balance, and self-growth, while in previous generation, this attitude could be seen as disloyal and giving up quickly. Now imagine for the generation that once struggled from a zero, working hard without complaining much was a sign of strength, but for Gen Z, life balance and mental health are the priority. So what happens is not who is strong, who is weak, but a class different life value and ways of surviving.
Jangan salah, di balik stereotip lemah, Gen Z juga punya kekuatan luar biasa. Yang pertama, adaptif terhadap perubahan teknologi. Kedua, punya empati sosial tinggi. Terakhir, berani bicara soal keadilan, kesetaraan, dan isu global. Penelitian dari survei Deloitte Global pada tahun 2024 bahkan menyebut Gen Z adalah generasi paling sadar nilai, paling peduli terhadap isu kemanusiaan dan lingkungan. Jadi mungkin mereka bukan lemah, tapi lebih peka dan manusiawi. Jadi, setiap generasi punya caranya sendiri buat bertahan. Gen Z bukan lemah.
Make no mistake, behind the weak stereotype, Gen Z also has extraordinary strength. First, adapt to technological change. Second, have high social empathy. And finally, dare to speak up about justice, equality, and global issues. Research from the Deloitte Global Survey in 2024 even stated that Gen Z is the most value conscious generation, most concerned with humanitarian and environmental issues. So maybe they are not weak but more sensitive and human. So each generation has its one way of surviving. Gen Z is not weak.
Mereka hanya berjuang di medan perang yang berbeda. Medan perangnya penuh dengan tekanan digital, ketidakpastian ekonomi, dan kesadaran akan isu-isu global yang membuat cemas. Sebaliknya, kita juga perlu memahami bahwa generasi sebelumnya dibesarkan dengan nilai survival dan ketahanan fisik. Kritik mereka, meski terdengar menyebalkan, seringkali berasal dari rasa khawatir dan cara mereka menunjukkan kasih sayang menurut bahasa mereka. Kalau kamu Gen Z atau mungkin dari generasi sebelumnya, gimana menurutmu? Tulis pendapatmu di kolom komentar. Jangan lupa
They are just fighting on different battlefields. The battlefield is full of digital stress, economic uncertainty, and awareness of global issues that cause anxiety. On the other hand, we also need to understand that previous generations were raised with value of survival and physical endurance. Their criticism, although it may sound annoying, often stems from concern and is their way of showing affection in their language. If you are Gen Z or perhaps from an earlier generation, what do you think? And write your opinion in the comment columns.